Okay, welcome back. So at this point you have your color pass done, your paint pass, correct? If your paint pass is not done, make sure it becomes done before moving on here. So here's mine. So now the other thing we want to do is we want to have this loop several times for our use within our online portfolio next module, as well as within demo reels, which we can then silence for use in that. So what we're going to do is, of course, File, Save As a new version, V5, save. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift select everything in the timeline. I'm going to right click cut layers. I'm going to go to insert new symbol, and this can be hashtag. My character I'm just going to call girl. We can say take loop. So this is a loop of her take, and I want it to be a graphic. I'm going to press OK. Inside the symbol, right click, paste layers. And here's all our animations down in here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to rename this loop 1. I'm going to drag this out. Now because it's in a symbol, it will continuously loop. Okay, so I'm going to get this out here. I'm going to come out, F5, give it some space to work. I'm going to make sure when she jumps, she doesn't jump off the side of the screen. So I'm just going to get her positioned where I want her to be. So I think she needs to be a little bit over. Okay, and this symbol can actually probably be a little bit bigger. If I move her down here. Oh, nope, too big. Never mind. Undo. She comes down really far. Now I'm going to come in here. We can do this in one layer or we can do it in multiple. So I'm going to have this come out specifically to the 6-second mark, just to make that easy for me to know over here. So now I can say I want this loop to hold 3 times. And because it's 6 seconds long on mine, I can say, okay, what's 6 times 3? And that's 18, right? So I want to come out to 18 seconds. Right here. I'm going to press F5. And this will allow it to loop 3 times and extend the length of the animation a little bit. This will give time for some music to play in the background, which we'll get to in a second. Now the music you're going to get is from the same spot on the drive that you got it for your treadmill walk project. It should be in Assets, royalty-free music. Okay, I'm going to lock loop 1. I'm going to pause this music out here. And I'm going to pick one of these. I have it, of course, all on my computer already to start. So let's see here. Again, you're going to have to look through all of these and see which one fits the mood most. Now, if your character's upset, you're not going to want a peppy song. For instance, my character here is pretty upset. So I have to kind of look for one that might not be quite so friendly sounding. So I'm going to drag this in here, double check it has a waveform. It does. I'm going to dismiss that box. I'm going to make a new layer and I'm going to name it BGM for background. I'm going to drag this layer out. I'm going to take a listen. So that could work. It's a little mysterious, but it's more like a cop sort of song or like a spy sort of song. So I'm going to try a different one. I think Glitter Blast might be too upbeat. So let's try this one. Oh, come here. Onto the stage, please. This might be that one might be a little bit too romantic. So I'm gonna delete that from over here. Let's try Midnight Tale. too nice. Again, in the Hall of the Mountain King, I have to fix over here. I can try it again. Let's try the Snow Queen. Yeah, this works much, much better. Okay, now of course I'm going to save just in case. Now what I want you to do is pause the video once you have your song that you want, drag it into your library, save as a new version, make a new layer. Of course, get your stuff looping, get a new layer, drag and drop, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Okay, so welcome back. Now the last thing we need to do here before we export, it's go to File. Yours might be under Animate, Publish Settings. We're going to switch JPEG quality to 100. And we're also going to come down to here where it says Audio Stream. We're going to change this to, let's say 56 kilobytes a second. We're going to say OK. The other thing we want to do too here is click on our music up here, go to Properties, and make sure it says Stream. This is so it exports correctly. If it's on event, like mine was, it will not export at all. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video and repeat those steps. All right, so once you have that done, we're going to go to File, Export. Let's actually go to Save As, because this is our final version. We're going to rename from V5 to Final in all caps. We're going to go to File, Export, Export Video, 1280 by 720. We're going to press Browse. You're going to make sure this goes into the right folder. Okay, so I'm going to come over yonder into desktop. I'm going to make sure this saves out to where I need it to save out, which is module 4, no, example files. Okay, going to save that out there, and we're going to say export. Okay, that went pretty quickly for me. I'm going to, oops, might still be thinking. I'm going to close once that's done because I've already saved. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find that file. Okay. And it's right here. I'm going to make sure I open it with QuickTime. And we'll get that to open. I'll give it a second here. QuickTime usually does take a little bit to boot up. Oops, Adobe Media Encoder opened. Didn't want that. There it is. Let me drag it onto the right screen here. Okay. Again, we're going to go to File, Export, Export 720. Mine will have a different pop-up because mine is on a Windows, okay? You need to make sure yours goes to the right place. I'll just put this on desktop for right now. And of course, I'm going to backspace. I'm going to get rid of the parentheses that say converted. So it's just underscore converted. Converted. I'm going to say save. Okay. And it will export out to a smaller file size. Again, the smaller file size is just for critique purposes within our class. The bigger file will be the one you upload next module for your websites and your demo reels. You want to use the larger files. Okay. Just to show the difference here. So my converted file is 4.18 megabytes. The one that isn't converted here, let's go to Properties, is 189 megabytes. That's huge. Look how many bytes that is. That's why we have to convert. Okay? Once your video is converted, you may go ahead and upload the converted version and your final FLA file to the proper folder on the drive. All right, that's about it. Rewatch this video if you need to review the steps for this part of the process, and I'm super excited to see what you've created.